Oh my goodness.
I would agree.
No, girls
it comes from a good place, though.
Girls want surprises because they want you to plan things. So you have to constantly be growing and evolving and challenging yourself. And so those are things that he's working on.
Off. The pill.
Well, we always start with the clappy claps. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Pill Podcast. Whoa, that's loud.
Whoa, that is different.
It's a little loud. Today we have Paco is sitting in the moderator seat.
Yeah, me.
I'm Ryan Higa. And we have a first reoccurring guest, Miss Arden Cho, actress, singer-songwriter, watchmaker. I don't know, CEO.
Thanks, baby.
All right. Arden's back for the second time. She was very much requested you could have done it a lot of times, but we didn't want to overuse you. You know?
Don't lie. I just didn't want to come back.
No, you wanted to. She was like, "Oh, can I be on another one?"
I remember
so
her saying
fun.
that. Yeah.
It was fun. I liked it a lot.
I know, but
I wanted to
was
take
just making a
over the
joke.
podcast. Oh, you were?
You can take over. Yeah. You know what I was doing, right?
So bad.
Wait, what? Did I just ruin the bit?
That's all right. It's all right.
What was the bit?
Forget already. It's too far. We've gone too far.
No.
But anyway, Arden's back. You were in Korea for 3 years.
No, it was 6 weeks, babe.
Just serving her military time.
Stop saying babe. This is gross. I'm going to throw up.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to throw up. Also, I'm sure there's going to be comments like, whoa, Arden's not even wearing a shirt right now. What's going on?
What are you talking about? This is a shirt.
Tell him.
It's fully covered.
Tell him who picked that out for you.
So I went shopping with Michelle Fan and her sister, and basically they sort of styled me and picked out a lot of really cool shirts, like a lot of these see-through shirts and a lot of these cool.
You're changing your branding.
I don't know about changing my branding. I think it's just I'm having some fun with fashion.
You want to be cooler.
Okay, because you're not supposed to tell people that.
Yeah, your previous outfits were
No, but I mean, no, you had cool. I
okay,
didn't
fine.
understand.
I'm trying to be cool. Okay.
No, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I thought the stuff you had was cool. No, this is more street.
Yeah,
I don't know fashion at all.
It's like streetwear, hip hop ish.
I feel like I go through phases. There was a point where I used to only wear drop sweats and kind of streetwear, and then I started being a little girly, and then now I think I'm going into a little bit of a different sort of streetwear.
I get
an edgier version, I think.
It's like me. I used to really be into black shirts. Then I got into grays, and I got into kind of this lightish gray, and I might go back to black. Phases. Yeah. I understand that.
I was more so just because it's a camouflage shirt, so the internet really loves if someone wears camouflage. They're like, I can't see them.
Oh,
wait,
Arden's
really?
not wearing a shirt. Oh, should we title it? Oh, Arden featuring Arden Cho with no shirt on.
The nudist.
That's my goodness gracious.
If this was a different if
demographic,
people, people would use that as a title.
But since we're talking about how we're changing styles and growing as people and stuff, do you want to talk about the music videos you've released? Because they're kind of different from what you've usually done. Yeah, I do my homework. What's up, dog?
It's not that hard. I mean, she posted a lot about it.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Okay, yeah, you can talk about that. That's where you're in Korea for, right?
Yeah, so I shot Electrify in Korea, as well as 2 other music videos that will be dropping in late September, and then possibly November or maybe January. I'm not sure yet. And yeah, I guess Electrify is definitely different. Ended up doing a song in Korea produced by Doomsday, written by Marshall, and featuring Juno Flo, who I've known for many, many years. And so it was fun to work on that. But the video was definitely a different concept. The directing team was really cool. They're a couple. And so they sort of came up with it together. And there is a story behind it. And there's a lot of layers. But I think people just see it as a club video. It is kind of like a house song. I've never really done music like that. So it was fun. It was challenging.
I mean, even though there's layers to it, a lot of times, most people won't see it for the deeper layers that it is. And you kind of have those Easter eggs for the super fans or people who want to see more into it, right? Do you want to reveal any of those, or you kind of just find it on your own?
I don't know. I guess. Oh gosh, you put me on the spot, Paco.
You don't have to.
Yeah, that's why I gave you the out of. You don't have
okay.
to.
No, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I guess highlights, I guess. What do I want to say? I don't know. My favorite shot in the whole video is the flower and the vase falling over.
Okay.
And I feel like
pull
that's
a reference because that's very specific.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like significant. I feel like the flower is me.
Okay.
And the whole video is sort of like a growing up thing too. You know what I mean? I've been creating content and doing stuff for over like almost 15 years now. And I think in a way, I've never really felt grown up or mature or sexy. Like I shared a post about it on Instagram where I've always felt like I couldn't be sexy or I couldn't be.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Is it like a Christian thing?
Not just Christian thing. I think it's an Asian thing too.
True.
Also, she's just not sexy at all. So
Exactly.
That's really rude.
I think I grew up always feeling like, I don't know, like a little tomboy. And I think I just didn't feel cute. And I didn't think that I could be sexy. Like I think some girls, they just like walk in a room and they like ooze sex appeal. Very sexy. Everything they do is sexy.
But maybe it's because they're trying really hard.
No, some people are just naturally sexy.
Name
and I
someone.
don't. No, I don't want to like call people out. But there's a lot
That's
of
a
people.
good
We know
compliment.
people too that just like walk in a room and you're like, wow, she's sexy. But I don't think I've ever felt that. But I think at least with like film or acting, I think it's challenging to sort of push myself to go in that direction because I've never done that before either. And all the roles are usually I'm like a girl next door, like a friend or nice. And I think I've never really felt that challenge. And so shooting that video is actually pretty tough. I feel like the directors were disappointed in me a little bit because they kept pushing me to be like sexier and whatnot. And I don't think that also there was like a little bit of a language barrier.
Was it more because like, I mean, it was in Korea and I'm assuming they've done like K-pop stuff, right? Which is all based around like sex.
Yes and no.
K-pop
I mean,
videos are very like sexual.
It's
Like even the
either-
guys with each other. It is, right?
yes and no. I think they're either really cute or they're really sexy. Like it's very like,
True.
but also, I mean, K-pop videos are incredible. They've dominated that music video world. And so they're so good. And I think, yeah, they definitely wanted to push me. So, but it was cool. I mean, the other 3 videos I have coming out are pretty different. One I shot in New York, 2 I shot in Korea. So I can't wait for those to come out.
Do you have a release schedule for it, or is it every other month?
Honestly, I should, but I don't. It's just like me figuring
You've been
things out.
posting every week though. You've been active again.
Yeah, I started. I mean, you've been pushing me too for a long time. Sorry, I didn't mean to say like
I have been though. Like
for like many, many, many years.
Yeah.
I've been really bad about that, but I have started posting regularly, mainly because I've been investing so much time and money into these music videos and into my original content. So it almost feels like such a waste if I don't keep up the channel. Like especially Good Goodbye is the first single I've released in 7 years, and that video too we shot in LA. But yeah, I mean it's like
well, I think the one coming out is really good. The one at the
thank
beach.
you. Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
The one I shot in Korea. Sokcho.
Yeah, but you have no idea when that's gonna release, or
Honestly, I think I'm still trying to figure it out because I don't know if I should release Simply next or if I should release Try or Dive In.
Simply is the one, right?
That's the one you like the video for.
Yeah.
But Dive In is your favorite song.
Okay.
But then some people have said Try. Anyways,
So,
if you
but
don't
you're
know.
also posting things. It's not just music. You're like getting back to vlogging and, but you've been more into like YouTube stuff than even like acting lately. I mean, you're still like acting and stuff, but
Yeah, I think it's because I'm trying to figure out what I really want to do. And not that I don't want to act, but I think I've noticed that with acting, I'm still very limited to what I'm given, script-wise, story-wise. And I feel like with music and YouTube, for the first time, I'm really feeling like I have creative control or that I can create different opportunities for myself. And so I think that's been interesting. And I mean, you know this. It's like I haven't really edited my own videos or done that in a really long time. And I'm kind of enjoying doing it.
it adds like a lot. Like it shows your personality and stuff, you know?
And I would
Because it's
also
hard.
say, for all the ride-in fans out there,
Dude, is that
or-
still a thing?
yeah, it definitely is.
Oh.
So it's basically fans who are shipping them, and now that they've come out, Arden released a new Arden's Eat with Ryan, right?
Yeah.
And that gained a lot of traction. So if you guys are really into that and you want to see the cute couple fandom or whatever like that, you can go check it out over
Honestly,
there.
when we were filming that, I had no idea you were even like what you were using that for. I didn't know we were gonna film. I thought we were just eating with Alex and Maya.
Oh, sorry. Didn't I tell you?
No,
Oh,
not,
honestly,
you didn't say it was like an Arden Eats.
No.
I didn't mind it, but I didn't know.
No, you were the one that said we should film it.
I did, but I didn't
And
know
then-
you were going to.
Oh, sorry.
No, there's nothing wrong
Want
with
me
that.
to delete it?
just delete it.
See, this is a completely
Just delete
different aspect of how he treats me. Where,
What?
Like, with filming with you,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, no, that's like, we can do that. Yeah, that's cool. And then with me, I'll do something, and he'll just pull up his phone and then just play Alan Walker's music. So
It's
I can't
part
use-
of the joke. I'm helping your vlog, dude. Like, I'm trying to help you out. I'm adding jokes to your story.
But I can't use the actual Alan Walker part. It just has to cut right there. And people are like,
You could do it.
then
you
lose
could-
all money.
Well, I mean, what are the odds Alan's going to actually flag it?
It's probably going to be his recording company.
Alan was just in town, actually. And, yeah, I was supposed to go see him, but I was doing a bachelor party thing.
Oh,
It probably would have made sense to bring them there, but they didn't want to do that. So
They literally had the tamest, boringest
Yeah.
bachelor party ever. I was
for my
like,
brother.
guys, go
It's
do
for my brother.
things. Go to the strip. Go to like the
he's
club,
like me. He doesn't want to go
the-
to a strip club. He doesn't want to like do anything crazy.
So for the backstory, Ryan's brother is engaged. They're gonna
Yep.
get married pretty soon, and
He's like very similar to me. Like we don't really like to go out and stuff. He literally, I don't know how to describe, not without making us both look bad. He literally like asked me that week because so the bachelor party wasn't supposed to happen. He said, I don't want one. He didn't tell anyone about it basically. And then his fiance asked me to throw a surprise bachelor party the month before. So I hit up his friends to fly up and stuff like that from Hawaii. And, it's really hard for me to plan anything without spoiling the surprise. So I didn't really have anything planned. But then once we finally surprised him and I asked him, what do you want to do? It basically became a match of, well, what do you want to do? And what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And all his friends are very similar. So nobody knows what we want to do. So I'm just like picking random stuff.
the most indecisive group, basically.
That's why I was saying you should have, if you would have just booked everything, then it would have just happened and everybody would have
No,
probably
the thing is, I
done it.
had some stuff reserved that I thought he would like to do, and he's just like, I don't want to do that.
Damn, that hella sounds like you.
Yeah, I know. Man, it sounds very boring.
Also, when are we gonna have Kyle
Did you
on
just
the
say
podcast?
that sounds very boring?
Yeah. I do things.
Lame.
I've been doing things. I went to
Oh my gosh.
Saw Escape Room.
Okay.
But
Oh, I
only
thought we were going to talk about like,
Oh, what?
oh, never mind.
What, me doing things? I've been doing things.
Oh, yeah? You've
I'm
been doing
not
things?
introverted anymore.
You're definitely still introverted.
All
But
right.
about planning things, he did plan something.
I
We're going
did.
on a date tonight.
See?
And it was going to be a
Me.
surprise. No. And then he's like, it's a surprise. I'm so excited. It's going to be something new and different.
Yep.
And then he's like, should I tell you? No, I'm going to surprise you. He's
Yeah.
like, let me tell you.
It was gonna be a surprise, but
No, and then he told me like right away.
so, well, you said you wanted to know. You wanted to know.
But
Anyway,
I always want to
so-
know. I
so-
want to know the ending of movies.
So here's my thought process, okay, with the whole surprise thing. If you were to surprise like someone, and every now and then you do that, and that person, when you reveal the surprise, is kind of like, oh, like you can tell they're trying to be nice
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
You kind of want to fish out, like, you're insecure. You want to fish out, like, do they actually even want to do this? That's my thought process.
Got it.
I see.
So it's
I
never,
think for me though,
See, we
I
need
just
a third
Okay,
party
you go.
perspective.
well, for what I mean, I would agree because sometimes you want your surprise to be good, but sometimes you second guess yourself.
Yeah, like, what if you didn't want to go there?
Yeah. But I think the thing with Arden is she'll do pretty much anything except scary stuff as long as it's with you because she likes spending time with
The
you.
thing is, it could be scary,
oh
though.
my Paco, look at you all grown up.
Look at him all rehearsed and learning lines.
you mean?
No, I think with me, yeah, as long as it's
guys
not
out
scary.
there can relate, I think.
Oh my goodness.
I would agree.
No, girls
it comes from
want
a good place, though.
girls
ahead.
want surprises because they want you to plan things. Plan it.
It's
Like
I
actually
did plan it.
schedule,
But it's not a
make
surprise.
reservations, pick them up, go
See, I'm
there.
learning.
do those things. It's really nice.
Yeah, like
But you are learning.
Putting the effort in is basically what girls want to see. Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't have to be something fancy. I mean, like I always tell you, like, I like, you know, even if we just like, I don't know, go to a picnic or something. Why are you laughing?
A picnic in Vegas in the summer?
Or in LA in a nice
Dude, it's hot
summer
in LA
breeze.
too, though.
That
it's
is
getting
true.
hot in LA. Yeah. But I saw an interesting image from Yahoo Finance and Match.com, and it talks about the average price of a date in the United States.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's probably like $100.
average price.
What is it? What did they consider a date?
Probably
though?
so expensive.
I would probably just whatever you guys are doing or something like that.
I'm gonna
you know?
guess for the average date.
Well, this is it goes by state. That's the thing too.
Oh,
so do you
that's
want
true.
to do you want to guess the average of California and Nevada, or do you want to see
All
the
right.
most expensive?
I feel like the average in California is probably like 120.
Okay, and for you?
The average in California would probably be like 160.
All right.
Fine, 150.
The average price of a date in the United States, in California, is $226.35.
Damn, where are they going?
I know. We're just going to like Korean barbecue all the time.
But if you,
Well, no, but you know, if we say like
Parking.
if we go to like Sushi Zone,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
then
Actually, if
that's
we
like
average it out.
1,000.
Yeah. We've been to some places that
Yeah.
are pretty expensive.
but then sometimes it's not that much.
yeah. I mean, also because like sometimes we have dates where
what
it's
about
like
Nevada?
$30.
yeah, guess
Nevada.
Nevada's.
It's got to be like half,
Yeah.
like 120, 100.
150.
It's a 119.19.
Wow. You're
Yeah,
beat
you're
me on
pretty
both.
close. Like,
I
pretty
don't
close
know.
on.
I don't know.
Well, the second one.
Well, what's the point of that article though?
Well, it's just like showing how much more expensive it is to
Oh.
date now, I guess. Like the most expensive place is New York at $297.27.
Wow. So basically, if you live in New York, you should just be single.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is.
But also, dates don't have to be that expensive. I got breakfast in bed today, and he brought me McDonald's. That was so romantic.
I'm really good, dude.
Yeah,
I've changed.
really good.
The cheapest place that I can see real quick is South Dakota at $38.27.
Nice. People in
Yeah.
South Dakota are going on
Should we just go?
some
It-
great dates.
Should we just go?
Should we just move to South Dakota
Yeah.
so it's cheaper to date?
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's good to know. you know what? That makes sense though. California's so expensive.
And also dating now is just because you're trying to impress them so much, you know, like, oh, like you said, like, oh, I'm planning. So, but it's not just that. It's like, oh, I'm financially stable enough that I can take care of this. And it's so confusing in this day and age because a lot of people want equality. But where does equality come in? Does it come into like paying for a first date and taking care of all that stuff? And I guess I'm kind of curious because you guys have been a couple for a while, so you don't really have to deal with that so much. But what are your thoughts on that, like equality in a relationship?
I think you're more old school, right?
What's
She
that?
still pays, but like she'll still offer to pay, but I'll still pay for it.
Hey,
most of
I
the
still
time.
pay too.
No, you do, but I would say majority of the time, right? And I think it's like, she still wants the car door thing and like.
You don't always open the car door.
Not always.
You don't always open the door. But I like that.
I do sometimes.
And I like when the chair's pulled out, but you don't do that.
I have done that.
When?
I have.
But you can't say I'm old school.
No,
I mean,
no,
I do
mean,
kind of
no.
like it. But
No,
if I was
because
old
he's
school,
talking
then
about like the recent, like the extreme
Yeah.
feminism, not like not it's so hard.
Okay.
That's
We're
why
getting
it
to
is
PCness of the week already.
Yeah.
It's not. You know
Sing
what
it.
I'm saying though. PCness of the week. It's not just feminism because I know the actual definition, but what the new feminism has become since it became like a meme, kind of.
yeah, I mean, I think it's like balance. Like, I think, especially in the beginning of the relationship, I think I paid for a lot more. But I think now that we've been together for so long, I don't even think we think about it. It's like, whatever. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like, we just order, and if he walks away, like, I'll pay for it, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter.
Or
But I
play the
think-
credit card game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We do that too sometimes. Well, we just have the server pick, and that's really fun. Just like keeps it exciting. But yeah, I think it's different. I mean, it's tough in long distance because we spend a lot more money. Like if I think about the first couple years, I spent so much money on flights, like flying back and forth so much. But like old school relationships, girls would expect the guy to pay for all that.
True.
But I pay for it.
In fact, I'm so pro feminism. You can pay for everything. I support you.
I know. He always says, like, when we talk about the future, he jokes and he's like, I'll be so happy if you book movies and you're so busy that
I'll
I
be a
have to take care of the kids.
I'll be a stay-at-home dad.
Oh my
That sounds
gosh.
like the dream.
But you know what he said to me one time? He was like, wait, I don't know if I can share this.
Why? What?
But he was like, when we have kids and you're busy filming and working, you know what I'm going to tell them? I'm going to tell them, Daddy loves you more because Mommy's working and
I was
she's
saying
busy.
it as a joke.
And I was like,
I was saying
oh
it as a-
my God.
No, because like that's usually the switched roles. Like the kids usually love the parent that's there, right?
Yeah.
So I was saying like when you're that person, when you're making all these, you're famous A-lister and you're so busy bringing in all the bread, bringing home the bacon, then I'm gonna be home and be like, I clean and I work so hard and I take care of the kids and we never see you.
The kids, when they have the drawing of the family,
Yeah.
they're gonna draw like little Ryan Jr., Arden Jr., Daddy in the middle, and then Arden's all the way on the edge of the page. Just like,
But anyway, I said that as a joke, obviously.
And
Yeah,
then I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I really thought about it. And I was like, no, I don't want that. And then I was like, can't have kids. Not right now. I was like, I can't take care of them. I have to work. And I want to like film movies and I want to do things still.
yeah.
So,
Actually,
I don't know.
I want to talk about this. We've never talked about this, just as a group amongst us and everything, because Greg and Dana just got engaged.
I know,
You know?
crazy.
Congrats to them. All right.
Damn, that was a really short one for them.
That's
but
all
okay.
they get.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, because Greg sandwich. Anyways, for you guys though, is there any thoughts about marriage? Because I know for a long time Greg and Dana didn't get married just because they're so busy on work, and that they didn't have time for anything like that. But they're working together. With you guys are super busy with work, and sometimes it's difficult to find time to come together.
Well, we've talked about it, and it's the biggest. I think one of the biggest problems is the fact that we are still living in two separate places. Like when you get married, what does that mean? Like, are you living together, or like at what point does that what does that mean? Other than the certificate, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, but physically, if we're
she's
not in the
smiling
same
so
place-
big just thinking about being married.
No, that's not why I'm
No,
smiling.
no. Go ahead.
No,
but we did
no,
talk
no,
about us
yeah.
not being in the same place, so it's
Yeah.
like she's working, we're both doing our own thing, right? But it's just like, well, we have to find a solution at some point. We can't just live, if we're thinking long term, we can't just live our lives like this the rest of our lives,
Yeah, I mean, I think not just the title of marriage, but relationship-wise, we're still trying to figure out a lot of things. Like Ryan said, we've been long distance for quite a while now. And so we've made that work, but then realizing, well, how long is it going to be like that? For so long, it was just we were dating, getting to know each other. And then, we always thought like eventually someone would move. And I think I thought like you would move and you thought I would move. And we're both so stubborn. Neither of us have moved. And so
I know you guys are super stubborn.
we are.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
kind of.
You're definitely more stubborn than I am.
I
100%.
disagree. But
Wow.
I mean, you know what? Maybe
Who do
you're
you
right
guys
because
think
I'm
is
not
more
stubborn.
What?
Maybe you're right.
Wow. He's
Not
such
stubborn.
a troll. You're such a troll.
No, but yeah, that's a thing that we've talked about multiple times, and I mean, I've been like, I guess I never really had time to think about it when we were like doing the crazy videos.
Yeah.
Since we haven't in the past year, really. Well, we have here and there, and we still have some coming out.
Also, especially with the views the podcast is getting, Arden, you're gonna have to get more movie roles.
Yep.
I know, but I'm struggling too, man. This is tough. This is tough.
That's why your guys' relationship is like.
But
you
we
know,
have
you
been
guys
posting a
talking more now.
lot on Second Channel. So
That is
helps.
true.
Yeah.
Watch Second Channel, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just spent all my money on my music videos, so
Yes, you
shoot,
did.
I'm broke.
spent a lot of money.
I know, I'm sad.
Watch
But
our
also, I'm
music
really
videos.
happy.
But you're
because
proud of it, and they look great.
Yeah, thank you.
But you do have to release them soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Crescent Corner.
All right, go ahead and watch Arden's videos too.
Please watch
She's
and
been posting
stream my
more.
music.
Yeah.
Click subscribe, click like, do all those things.
And if anything, also leave a comment like, "Wow, Arden, you're so sexy," because she'll like that.
I'll be like,
So stupid.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's weird because, I mean, we actually were just talking about this yesterday because Ryan's childhood friend is in town. And, for so long, I always thought I'd be married with kids by now. And I always thought I wanted that. Maybe because I grew up obsessed with this American dream, you know, the typical things that people do. Go to school, go to college, you know, get married, have kids, buy a house, whatever. But now we're in such a different world and a different time where we're just trying to survive and work. And I think all of us are so busy that, I don't know, if I want to get married and have kids, I want to be good at that. I want to be a good wife and I want to be a good mother. But I feel like we're still just trying to figure out how to be good people.
I feel like a lot of times when you're young and you have this dream in your head of like, oh, everything is going to be like this, like you're very young. The moment where you're like, dude, life isn't how you plan. You got to adapt. You got to adjust. That's when you're an adult. That's when you're like, dude, I wish I could have half of what I imagined, you know?
Adulting is hard.
It is. See, the last time we had this this podcast between us, all right, I tried to bring up the steak story, and we skipped over it. And
What's
because
the
we're
steak?
talking,
Oh, yeah.
we're talking about relationships.
I thought we did bring it
no,
up.
we didn't. It was not discussed at all. That was
Okay,
actually
sure,
something
let's
that
It's
Twitter
not
talks about
even
it.
that good, though.
It's not a big.
It
It's not.
isn't.
Well, we built it up more than it should
Yeah.
have
Oh,
been built
gosh.
up.
They're going to be so disappointed. It's not a great story.
All right, should that be the bit that we just always bring it up and never discuss it?
We can talk about it. I mean, if they want to know.
It makes me seem like a mean person. And then
But see, at the time,
it's just funny because it's like when we first met, Ryan was so young. I mean, I was young too, but I was like a young person who thought she knew everything. I was a young person that was very, what's that called? You know, when you meet young people that are like, they're like
know-it-alls kind of
22,
thing.
23, and they think
Yeah.
they just know everything about life. And they're like, I know everything. Like now I'm in my, older and I feel like I know nothing.
I'm in my older.
I'm in my older years.
42.
56, 75, Asians. Anyways, no, so the steak story, we go on a date to eat steak. And this was at the time when, like post-college, they talk about like interview etiquette and things like, they say like, if you salt your food before tasting it, it's really bad. It's like offensive to the chef. Or if you pre-cut.
That's not what I did.
Okay, so anyways, that's not what he did. He pre-cut his whole steak.
Not the whole thing.
Yes, you did.
I was in the process of cutting my steak. So I cut like a few pieces off, right? And then she goes, that's really not appropriate.
I did not
Or something.
say not
you said,
appropriate.
or you said something like
I was like, are
that's
you
not,
pre-cutting your whole steak?
Yeah,
I was like, that's weird.
bad etiquette. Or you said something like that.
No,
and I was just like,
yeah.
is it?
When we talked about it, you even said you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's
something
what
like
I
that,
said. I
something
said,
like
you're
that,
not
yeah.
supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? Why?
Yeah. And then I stopped.
Yeah, you've
That's
never
it.
done it again.
I've never done it
But
again.
it was because like you felt like you knew it all, and you're trying to like you're seeing like is Ryan the one like can I find flaws in him?
Because I was looking for flaws.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, well, he's young. So, and I think I was very ageist, super ageist. I think I was very, definitely would have never, ever dated someone younger. I'm just so prideful. And so I think that really bothered me. So I was just looking for things. But he was so nice. And he was, obviously funny, made me laugh a
still
lot.
don't see an issue with that though. Like I get it, but like it's so convenient,
To pre-cut steak.
Yeah.
No, so guess what?
What?
The steak house that we're going to on Saturday, the one that I told you we
Yeah.
made a reservation for,
It's pre-cut.
it is all
Oh my
pre-cut.
god, I'm so much fancier than you.
No, so it comes.
I'm
no.
way fancier than
No,
you.
but it comes sliced
Yeah.
in nice long slices,
Exactly
so that then
like
we can.
what I was doing.
No, but he was cutting like weird little squares, like little like it looks like dog food,
Okay, well, for me, it's like, okay, I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut it to the sizes that I want, because it's about the food. I'm enjoying the meal. Maybe I just wanted to get rid of that, so I'm focused on you. Maybe that's why.
Ooh.
That's probably not why. But
That's definitely
I've
not
kind of
why.
always done that. I just never was corrected. I grew up in Hawaii. We don't have etiquette.
Oh, can you say that in
I
this
don't
PC
know.
culture? I think
Well,
you
people in
can.
Hawaii, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
PC
But yeah, so
culture.
that's the disappointing steak story. I was just
It's not that exciting.
mean.
I just like the story because she's like, I'm dating this guy, but I'm gonna look for flaws, and it gets down to he's pre-cutting his steak.
I know.
But I did learn.
Yeah.
I didn't know you weren't supposed to do
But
that.
I remember even you talking about your side, how you're just like, what did I do wrong? So
But I feel like that happens a lot. There's a lot of times where he's like, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, you should know.
I know, and I don't.
yeah.
But like,
Or
That's why I said it's like a learning process.
We recently found out that, well, we are trying to text less and talk more because sometimes I have a tone that I read his texts in because Ryan doesn't send emojis and he doesn't send like punctuation. So if I say something, like he'll ask me something and then I'll reply like a huge thing and then he'll just write, I see. And then I'm like, are you mad? And
Or
he
like,
goes,
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
But-
I see.
no, see, okay,
But
so
she'll read it like,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And then she'll make the I see face, you know, like, oh, I see.
I see.
But I'm
Honestly,
not
though-
even saying
But
it
I
like
see to me sounds like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like when someone says, well, okay, fine. When you ask a girl something and she says, that's fine. That means
Yeah.
you're done. Like you're dead.
There's hella times I'll text Ryan. I'll think he's mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally
that. I'm a
ask
mad
him,
texter. What can I say?
I say, are you mad? At least once a day. I used to ask
not
about 10
once a
times a
day.
day. Okay, fine.
Exaggerate.
At least once every couple days. But I used to ask a lot. Hey, I got
Yeah.
better though.
Yeah.
I don't ask as much.
Yep.
But now he writes things like, I see, exclamation point, happy face.
I learned that you have to put those so she knows, like, okay, it's just text, man. Text was screwed. So the reason I found this out is because she was like reading someone else's text to her in this voice that was like, so like, oh, so and so did this, and just giving like the sass to it. I was like, how do you know that they're texting you like that?
And
You
I was
know?
like, I know that's the tone that
Yeah, I was like,
written in.
when I text, what do you? And I actually asked her, what do you think I sound like? And she's like, oh, you know, when you do like your, I see, and we have that miscommunication, it's because it just looks so angry. I was like, how can you? That text looks like every other text.
But I noticed too, it's because I know you as being more monotone. And so, like, let's say I say all these things. Oh, me and the girls, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. And then sometimes he would just write, okay, have fun. But now he'll write, okay, have fun with the exclamation point.
I didn't know I had to do that, but see, guys, just an emoji goes a long way.
It does.
Just send the emojis, put the exclamation points. It's just a couple more texts, and it'll save time.
Yeah.
That's the only way I
Also-
can describe it.
If they're texting you and they're not putting any emojis or punctuation, they probably lost feelings.
Yeah. Now you know.
I know that a lot.
Did you know I just learned catch feelings?
What?
Isn't that a new thing? Like, did you catch feelings?
Oh, that's old.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Oh, I just learned that. Someone just sent me like a.
On that note, it's time to take a Shi-Shi break.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Off the
Wow.
Pill podcast.
Just hijack.
Yeah, you always think you run. Every time she's
I
like,
run
At least
this
do it
show.
right and say, and we're back.
And we're back. Hold on one more
She's
time.
not as good.
I'm just gonna cut it when you say it.
And we're back.
That was like
No.
a 6.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Off the Pill podcast.
No.
Okay,
my
well, we are
goodness,
back.
We're back.
We don't have an ad today, so I'm just going to plug my Ninja Milk again.
Okay.
Guys, get it on Walmart.com now.
Mhm.
Because it makes us look really good. The whole goal is if we sell a bunch online at Walmart.com, then we can get it in stores, and then other people can try it. If we can get it in stores, I mean, we have to prove to them that we can sell it. So please go to Walmart.com, order it there. It'll make me look a lot cooler.
There's a lot of times though that it's kind of sold out online. Already.
It has been, but like, I mean, the more it sells out, the better. You know,
Yeah.
because then they'll actually be like, oh, it sells. Let's put it in stores, and that would be cool.
Yeah.
So cool. It's really delicious, guys. Make sure to try it. It's got a nice, crisp, refreshing taste. I love it. It's like yogurt.
Huh?
It's like yogurt.
What's that?
They'll know.
The Asians
The ones
will
who know, the ones who
It's,
know.
like- it's like
will
those
know.
little like yogurt
If you
plastic.
in, you
Oh,
in.
Yakult.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yakult.
Or
Anyway,
Calpico.
should we get right into Twitter questions? There's a lot, but
Wait, can we also plug Leonard in Church too?
sure, yeah.
Oh yeah,
We did-
guys, and also if you want or if you need gifts, graduation gifts or birthday gifts or Christmas gifts, get a watch. LeonardandChurch.com. You guys can use the code Ryan or Arden. And yeah, we have a bunch of new styles coming out in September, so make sure to check it out. This is actually one of the new styles.
Hey,
All right, Questions. What do we got?
So
What do we got?
we have a bunch. So a lot of them are repeats and stuff we answered in the last podcast.
You guys, watch our first podcast. We answer a lot of these questions. You guys are asking the same questions.
Maybe they didn't know. You know, they didn't know about it.
You know what?
Paco, you got something?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is from Rosabella.
Okay.
What would you guys name your first child, if you ever want one?
I'll
The
name
one
him.
that's gonna love Ryan more because you're busy working.
Wow.
Mm.
We'll name him Ryden.
Oh my god,
Ew.
that is disgusting.
No, I'm just kidding. It's kind of
That
cute.
would be mean.
Is that mean?
Yeah.
It's Ryan and Arden. Ryan.
they know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, just boy name. What would it be
Go.
for you? What would you say?
Pick one.
All right. I
Gee.
really like Jaden.
Boy for you?
Boy, I don't know.
That we're naming him. I don't know. Girl, what would you name her? Jaden, because it's kind of unisex.
Taylor.
Clearly, we didn't think about this stuff.
Well, I know.
Girl for you,
It's tough.
Ryan.
Girl. Bertha.
Oh gosh. Oh please.
Whatever happened to
Please,
those like
Lord, no.
you know
Okay,
those
wait.
names were like there's
Olga
only
or
there's like
something like that.
old names like
Okay.
that kids aren't called anymore.
Would you rather have a son or a daughter? On 3, okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Son.
Daughter.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Why did you pick?
Yeah. Why did you pick daughter?
Because daughters love their fathers more.
Wow, that's why I picked.
It
son.
goes back to what we were talking about. No, I mean, then
No, I'm
also
kidding.
like they, my mom actually said, because all are like, I guess my cousins are like, a lot of them were girls. She said raising boys is a lot easier,
That's why I wanted a boy because
Yeah.
boys are easier.
supposedly.
Mm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's either, but if I had to pick, probably a girl.
Damn. I would have guessed you wanted a boy.
Why?
Just like then you can play basketball with him, and you can
I
cut
want
his
to play with him.
You can pre-cut his steak.
Play with
Oh
it.
gosh.
Yeah.
I picked boy because they're easier, and then I feel like with girls, I would just worry so much. I would worry about
I
everything.
bet you would fight a lot with your daughter.
No, I don't think I, would
think so
fight.
too.
What?
I think so too.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
Yeah.
But my son, I'd give him everything,
Yeah. For
and
sure.
the daughter, it's like, you can't do that. You can't talk to him.
Mom, you'd
You
be
can't
a
talk to
like
her.
he'd be a mama's boy,
I'd
and your
worry.
daughter would like definitely run to Ryan all the time.
For sure. But also, it's good to have a daughter. Like, Ryan's mom, for Mother's Day, when we went to the spa, I asked her if she had a good Mother's Day, and she said she's never celebrated Mother's Day before.
Yeah, not really. I sent her flowers.
Boys.
What do you
like
mean?
She'd never been to the spa before.
Okay, well,
Boys.
Okay, what did you do for your mama Mother's Day?
I called her.
Boys.
Okay, I should ask a girl actually.
Yeah.
A lot of girls will do things like you take them out to brunch, or you go like shopping, or you
We'll
do a
eat dinner
spa
sometimes.
day. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
this
That's
is
okay.
This is we're infringing on the people who don't for babies.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll just cut this part out. Maybe it's inappropriate.
No, we're not cutting it out.
Oh no.
We're just gonna be controversial.
I don't want to be controversial.
Yeah,
Okay.
PCs
Next
of the
question.
week.
Next question.
Who do you think is the more understanding one? On the count of 3, you have to answer. I picked this because I know both. Art is like, damn
on.
it. Okay, ready?
Understanding?
More understanding, yeah. More understanding.
What does that mean?
Like you're willing to like budge.
I
a little
already
bit
don't
more.
understand. What are you talking about?
You're willing to like budge or like compromise. You understand like where they're coming from, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Me.
I knew you were gonna say you. I almost was gonna say you, and I didn't
Yeah.
because
Both of you guys are so.
I don't understand the question. I don't understand. Is that really one, or are you just making stuff
I'm
up
just
right
like,
now?
well, just
Okay,
like,
go ahead.
Yeah, who's more likely to pay for a date? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ryan.
Me.
Hey, that was
Ooh.
late.
Well, I mean, yeah.
All right. Next one.
What do you think is your significant other's like greatest quality? You know. So Arden, what do you think Ryan's greatest quality is?
Greatest.
Yeah.
It's like relationship counseling now.
It's
Well,
tough
not-
because
not constant, I'm just curious.
that's tough because there's a lot.
Well, you have to pick one.
Well, do I pick greatest or favorite?
Okay, we can put your favorite. Ryan, be thinking of hers also at the same time.
I have mine.
Okay, you go first then.
You do?
Yeah, you can go.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, you go
Well,
first.
it's hard because I mean, I think my go-to is always like I love that Ryan is brilliant. just absolutely brilliant. But then I also love that he's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think the funny can stem from his brilliance.
Right. So I
Yeah.
guess it's connected.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. How about you, Ryan? What is your favorite quality?
I would say for her, it's her passion. It's whatever you get into, you get super into. You know, like, I mean, like you were doing, well, when you're acting, right? When you got into music, you went hardcore into music, right? And I don't know, for me, it's like I normally have to work into things, but like once you get into something, she's like really passionate. And it's like, I don't know, it's like inspiring.
Mm.
Oh, that's really sweet. I didn't know that I inspire you.
No, I mean, you work and you have a good work ethic, you know, so I think that's important too. But also, I think that's also a flaw.
What? What?
No, I mean, it's a good, it's
Never
obviously
get
something I
just a
like.
straight compliment.
But I mean, I think it's a flaw as well because it stresses you out a lot because
yeah.
you want to be the best. When you play like Mafia, she's so into Mafia, she gets like mad sometimes, but it's because she wants to like help the team.
Yeah.
You know, it's always coming from a good place, but it's also your flaw because then you get frustrated and stress yourself out.
I do.
Just stuff like that. But it's like I'm saying, it's like a positive thing and it's also like a flaw. But I like it.
All right. Well,
That's funny.
It's her Korean side.
what do
Is
you
that racist?
think? What do you think is your significant other's worst quality?
Her passion. I'm just kidding.
Stop it.
We talked about this last time. That's
Did
all
we?
that video was about, is you guys roasting me.
No.
That is true.
no.
We did roast you quite
No.
a bit. But, you know, things have changed. A couple months have passed.
True.
Actually, the thing I think is Ryan's worst, he's actually really working on. And so it's actually been good and nice to see.
Which is what?
So I think it's not even like a bad quality. It's just because he's just a creature of, because you're such a creature of habit and comfort. So he doesn't like change very much. He doesn't like adapting to new things. And he doesn't like surprises. But I think it's not that it's a bad thing. What I've noticed is that relationship-wise or even work-wise, you have to constantly be growing and evolving and challenging yourself. And so those are things that he's working on, whereas before he was really stubborn, like, no, this is how I do things, and I know I do things right, and this works, so I will always do it like this. And when I would give suggestions, it would always be sort of like, no. But now I feel like he's being
understanding
a lot more
and less stubborn. Thank you.
Wow. No, but yeah, so he's working on that. Hey, I didn't say that you've like accomplished it. I said you're working on it.
I know.
Getting better. And I think for me, that's attractive and nice to see because in the same way, I'm attracted to that too. Someone who works hard and is achieving different goals and challenging themselves and pushing to be better and be greater. And so I think that's good.
I think a lot of girls, I mean, not just girls, I think even guys too, right? That's like an attractive trait is to just be somebody who's trying to improve and not just be stagnant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's hands down one of the most attractive qualities about any person is even friends. Like I'm attracted to people who work hard, who are really passionate and almost like charismatic in what they love because that energy is contagious. And so,
well, we just talked about this with Paco. Now that he's kind of getting more into like stand up and stuff, and like he's actually working hard at it. When Paco normally his neutral is not working hard. But it's very, I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're
No,
not.
but when you get into something too similar to her, you actually are into it, so you're trying.
So you're attracted to me.
No, not at all. But what I'm saying is like even you notice it yourself that even girls are more attracted to that and actually like more into you, and it's like it's something we told you that from the very beginning, but it's actually happening, and you've said you've noticed it.
and I have been saying that forever,
has.
which has been focus on yourself, work hard, make yourself better.
This is not just for Paco.
And that will come. Oh yeah, for anybody.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest pieces of advice for people who are having trouble
Finding their significant other.
or just dating.
But I think so a big reason why I've been able to focus so much more on what I'm doing, because like before I had nothing, so I'd fall for girls real easily and stuff, because there's like this whole facade like, oh, I'm working for Ryan Higa, blah, blah, all this stuff. But I had nothing for myself. And with this whole like doing stand up and constantly going to open mics and doing shows now and things like that. It all kind of really stemmed too from the bet that Arden and I had, which was
I got you.
yeah, dude, you're my sis, bro. I got you. Arden and I basically had a bet where, for the audience that doesn't know, I can't date for like another year and a half or so it was at the time, or I owe her $5,000, and that has caused
It wasn't
me,
really dating; it was chasing girls.
yeah.
Because your problem was that once a girl was a little bit into you, you'd be like Paco in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it. I've been there. I think every boy has
Yeah.
been there. Probably girls. I don't know. I can't speak for girls, but
No, girls
you
too.
got-
Everybody.
yeah.
This is like neutral across the board. Everyone.
especially because you haven't really dated until you were like 20 something, right?
Yeah.
So it's something you normally knock out in like high school.
Yeah.
But it was like I was trying to tell you is that's not like if you're always pursuing, it's not that attractive. I think, right? Like
Well, it's not that it's not attractive. It's that
if it's
you
the only thing
scare
going
away the partner sometimes because you're just so overwhelming
Yeah.
and it's so much love, and it's like that can be great, but at the same time you want balance.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that balance.
It's also another way is just like it's too easy for some people because they want to feel like they earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mainly, okay, but for the people who don't understand where this is all coming from, I'm not saying like don't date, and I'm not saying you shouldn't date. It was specific for Paco because I felt like he was sacrificing his own life and his own career and his dreams by spending 24 hours a day thinking about girls and chasing girls. So I was saying, Paco, for 1 year of your life, stop wasting time on dating and chasing, but spend that same energy or even half of that energy on yourself and your work, and you will be that much better.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he would like, okay, we have a shoot on Thursday, right? And he's like, oh, are we shooting tomorrow? I'll be like, yeah. Why? Because I'm going to LA tonight. I'll be back in the morning. Like you'd be driving back and forth.
Like
Th-
8
that's like-
hours in one night just
Yeah.
to see a girl for 1 hour. And it was like, you're driving 8
and he
hours.
shows up to the shoot half asleep because obviously he didn't sleep. And it's just like, I think, love or infatuation.
Well, that's
infatuation,
the thing.
not
Love
love.
makes you do crazy things. And sometimes that can be really great if your life and you are ready for it, But I think you need balance and you got to take care of yourself. And so, as like an older sis or as like a sis, stop.
Anuna.
Yeah, exactly. As a Nuna to Paco, I was like, take care of yourself and your heart, and eventually all that will come.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we are in any way certified.
I know, yeah,
Like
we're not like
relationship
we're
speci-
still trying to figure it out too.
But that much I would know. Like you're doing some crazy shit.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But looking back on it now, like it definitely has helped a lot. And that's why I'm like very thankful for a lot of that. And
proud
the
of you.
results do show. Like you were at my first show. So
Yeah,
that's
and
like,
I'm proud of you.
thank you.
I was at a bachelor party. I would have been there.
Yeah.
Would you really have?
Yeah, because
No,
I would
you
have
know
been.
what though? That was so exciting. A lot of your friends came out. We drove like an hour to see you in traffic, and we were there early,
Yeah.
so we wouldn't miss it. Full house for Paco. That was legit too. It was a good
Yeah,
show.
it was good.
Yeah, I mean Ryan would have been there, but you could probably watch it online somewhere.
Yeah, did you post it already?
Yeah, it'll be up on my channel.
Nice.
How's it look? Did it actually look good?
Not really. Like one of the angles is blurry, but I mean the set and everything was really
We
nice.
know what that's like. One angle is being blurry.
But yeah, the show will be up on my channel. So
Nice.
Good
yeah.
stuff.
But speaking of which, though,
What?
a stand-up because I don't
Oh.
watch too much. The Dave Chappelle one, the new special.
So good.
There's so much controversy
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah.
I mean, have you heard the controversy around Dave Chappelle's new special?
I have not. I haven't seen it yet, but I know you were watching it the
It's
other night.
yeah. So I actually didn't mind it, and I don't know if that's controversial for me to say. I actually thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But there's so much hate. Like there's articles saying like you don't have to watch this special. It's so offensive. And I get it. It is, but I think it's called Sticks and Stones, and it's meant
Right.
to be attacking PC culture.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard because everything is so PC now. I feel like half the time I don't know what I can say and what I cannot say.
Well, it's also because you're not caught up with a lot of trends and stuff.
Well, yeah, like I never know anything. I find out of things like 2 years too late.
I know. I'm like a year late. She's 2 years late. I just found
Yeah.
out about YouTube stories, and apparently people are all saying, "Oh, you're a year late." I don't know. Anyway, the Dave Chappelle thing, PC culture. I think it was
A lot of media outlets were the ones saying like, "Oh, don't watch this,"
Yeah.
But most of the people who have watched it have been like, "No, this is really good. Like, this is like phenomenal." There have been like, there will be some people who are like, "Oh, I didn't like this. I was offended." But that's what comedy is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pushing
Exactly.
the emotions and the.
Like
And
you
it's context too, right? Because it's also Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
saying this. It's and on stage as a black man being I mean, it does matter that he's Dave Chappelle. If he was some nobody making the same jokes, I think the hate would be way greater. But it's all context, right? Like he made some jokes about like pedophilia. He made jokes about literally every single thing that would trigger people.
Yeah.
Like racism, everything. But that's the part of it. Like it's not like he targeted anyone specifically. He went after black people. He went after Asians. He went after everybody. A lot of white jokes. But that's why I think it was okay. Like it was so obviously, I don't know. I might be biased because I grew up watching him. So I just know that when I heard it, I was shocked that he would push it that much. But also I was okay with it because I understand he's doing a comedy set.
But I think what a lot of people are upset with too is the fact that they don't understand that the comedy is like it's a joke and you're making fun of the situation around it. You're not attacking certain people, but you're like, why do we see this a certain way? Why? He's just questioning both sides. Because if you look at it, he's pretty good on being neutral for a lot of the topics that he brings up. He shows the ridiculousness of one side and the ridiculousness of the other. So he's most of the time very able to stay on the fence. And that's kind of something that you've been able to do with a lot of your projects. You never really have like, this is my voice on one thing. You're just like, look at both sides.
Yeah,
and
for the most part.
I think a lot of times people are just like, because they are on one side and they feel like they're being attacked over their ridiculousness, that they're so insulted that they ignore everything else. And they're just like, wow, you shouldn't have said that because now I'm hurt. But, I was laughing at other things. Like, I can laugh at those people, but whoa, don't attack me, And it's just, like, that in itself is something that should be joked about because it's so ridiculous.
I mean, I'm really curious as to how she would react to it. Because there's some stuff, like, I can 100% understand out of context. If you don't get the joke, too, because he does some really deep ones where you're just like, damn, I can't believe he said that. But then when you listen to what he's talking about and really think about it, it's not as bad as it is. But he'll say some things that if you were to just read it written out in an article, it's like, damn, I'm not going to watch. I'm not supporting that. But if you read it in the context, how he's delivering it, everything, it's I mean, people should just watch it. I think people should watch it. I don't think you would. I think maybe there's parts where you'd be like pretty shocked, but maybe. I think it's like who you're around too. If people are telling you like, damn, like, he shouldn't be saying that, you might be offended.
Yeah.
If you're around it, if you're by yourself, then you make your own decision. I think there's a lot of that. A lot of people's opinions are based off what they're being told versus what they really feel.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing that I've noticed with the internet in the last few years, that sometimes something happens and depending on what the majority opinion is in the first like 10 minutes, that's kind of what follows.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially for a lot of like things with appropriation, cultural appropriation. There's a lot of times where
you've had that recently.
Yeah.
Where you posted a picture and you're wearing some, what was it?
Well, so I did a photo shoot in Korea and it was a lot of clothes and jewelry from a very old like vintage shop. And so it wasn't actual cultural pieces, but there was some like jewelry, like a headpiece that was similar to an Indian culture or like things that Desi culture might wear for like weddings or special events, special occasions where obviously, I'm not of that race. And so,
or even the culture.
Right. Like, so because I'm not the culture, it can be considered cultural appropriation. Yeah. But for me, it was like, we just thought it was beautiful and we're sort of appreciating it. And so we did this shoot, but the dress is like an old, like 1950s style, just like a dress. Yeah. And so it's not like the whole look, but anyways, it was very interesting to see how when the photo first was posted, I had, a handful of people being like,
it was crazy. Not a handful.
Okay,
there was a ton
no,
of
but
people.
it was like, but like basically I had a lot of fans sort of defending me, being like, hey, this is my culture and I don't see it as appropriation. I see it as appreciation, and Arden has not offended me. And then once that voice was louder, people started following that. And it was very interesting to see that movement in a way.
See, but that's kind of the same thing to me. Like, I think that's people are looking for comments to see like, oh, I think this is gonna be controversial.
Yeah.
Let me see what people are saying.
Right. So if they're like, if the majority is
think that's right
controversial,
either, though.
then it's all controversial.
Yeah.
But if the majority is like, no, this is great and we support it,
Yeah.
then they start supporting. And so it was really
See,
interesting to
that's what I mean,
see
though.
that
I think-
movement. It's
yeah.
scary.
But both are wrong to me. Just post your on. Like, if you see this picture, are you really hurt by it? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But that's the thing for me. I was like, look, if I offend you, I am very, very sorry. That's never my intent. I just think it's beautiful and I'm like so happy to wear it. Like even myself, like wearing a hanbok.
And you're not.
You know-
the thing is, appropriation started from. It became a meme almost. Like it started from an actual thing of people trying to take other people's culture.
Yeah,
and
and
claim it
that's
as their
terribly wrong. Of course, if you give credit to it, then I think it's okay. But it's interesting because like I recently wore a hanbok, and that's a Korean traditional dress, and I think it's very beautiful. And I had a lot of fans being like, "I'm white, but I want to wear that." And in my mind, I'm like, you should be able to. If you think it's beautiful, you just say it's a Korean traditional dress.
Yeah,
You can wear it.
As long as you're not like, hey,
I
this
made
is
this.
this is my thing. I don't know, but obviously, even just saying this, people are gonna get
Right,
triggered.
but, right. It's
But-
controversial.
But the reason why, and this is like just doing research and learning things, you know, a lot of the people who do get offended for other cultures usually are white people, and it's because
Yeah.
of white guilt, you know. It's because
Right.
through history books alone, you know, you can see that like white people have done some like pretty bad things in history, and you know a lot of people will apologize and be like, oh, like you know, we messed up in the past and we're trying to make it right. But some people take it too far where they're like, you know what, we've done bad in the past, so we're going to shame people for taking other people's culture, which in a way is segregating, you know, instead of like showing like this is love and appreciation for other people's culture. It's become where they're guilty right off the bat and you aren't giving them the ability to defend themselves or show their actual appreciation. Are they really appreciative of it and stuff like that? And that's where, you know, going back to the Dave Chappelle thing, like where he talks about that French actor, Juicy Smoulier, you know, where just a lot of people were like defending him right off the bat and nobody really like knew what was going on.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on that. But this internet culture loves to just drag people. They love to destroy people and like end lives. And it's terrifying because it's almost like people find joy in that. They're just like sitting on the internet waiting for something to happen so that they could just like blow it up. And it's terrifying. I feel like every other day there's someone new being dragged or something new being, you know, destroyed in a sense. And it's a really interesting time where I feel like if you're in high school or if you're in college and you're in like a day-to-day life where you see people if you see people every day, like it's got to be a lot of pressure because you're so scared. I mean, I heard in high schools, like the bullying is so bad, like kids are getting dragged like in real life because of this internet culture.
Right.
I mean,
I think that's what the whole Dave Chappelle special was about. It's like cancel culture.
yeah,
essentially.
cancel culture. That's the word I was looking for. Like
Yeah.
I knew there was a word for it.
Yeah.
Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Cancel
and
culture.
Then,
like, I just
so
learned
there's
about
two
that.
ways you can go about it. I think our society is already doing, and right now the safe way is to go, hey, let's. It's been this. Just apologize and say you're gonna be better. If it's not too bad, people will forgive you, and you know it actually helps you because you've drawn attention to yourself. You got supporters of people you got supporters on both sides, essentially. But really now it's kind of turning into people fighting back and people like Dave Chappelle commenting on it, even if it did go over the line in some areas to some people. I think that's kind of the point. He's trying to make a statement and say like, no, let's we've gone so far into this whole apologizing thing and just let's be real for a little bit. Like let's wipe our memories of like current culture and just be real. Like, does this really bother you? And if it does, that sucks. Like that's life. You know, if it does, it does. It's so hard for me to explain because I would just watch it.
All right, guys. So what have we learned on today's podcast?
Oh my gosh, it's like we're in school.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned emojis and punctuation are very important in text.
That is a good tip, actually.
Yeah.
I learned about cancel culture.
You knew about cancel culture.
But
I
she
mean,
learned
not
more.
really.
I think she learned
Yeah,
more.
I learned more.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
I think the most important thing to take away is the text thing, to be honest. I think that'll help a lot of people out there. And people don't, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who does that and has that issue.
Yeah, maybe everyone sends a lot of emojis.
Let me know in the comments if this is, for those of you in relationships or been in relationships, if this has ever been an issue because It is one. I think it is. I think it's relatable.
Okay, we also learned you should plan dates. Because
Yes.
it's the time that you take to plan something that is meaningful.
And it's come to like dating has changed a lot, right? So I think it's not as common. Like that's like kind of more old school. Not old, but I mean like I don't think kids do that much anymore, right?
Like planning?
Yeah, just Tinder. They Tinder
A little bit, yeah.
Hey,
See,
let's meet
that's
up
what's
here.
so interesting is we've never done that.
Yeah, I mean, it came out after. I mean,
All
it
right,
was
guys,
already
we're getting
out,
carried
but
away. We're doing
Okay, we're
it
getting
I know,
carried away.
sorry.
Okay, but
All
you
right.
know what we should do?
What?
Is we should make a video of affordable dates or cheap dates.
I mean,
That's not bad.
Yeah,
could.
that'd be a good
Yeah.
video.
That'd be a good one.
All right, let us know if you guys want us to do that. Could be
also,
fun times.
people that are still on this channel, we are coming back with more content, non-podcast related. It's, I mean, we've been making it. I just haven't been releasing it, just out of fear. But it's coming
good.
back. No, it's just like more vloggy stuff, and it's not just vlogs. Just different stuff. You'll see.
Non-podcast stuff, and I'm sure you guys will like
It's
it.
different. It's different. But we're about to start making more. We've been like stockpiling. We're going to launch a bunch soon. Stay tuned. Check out leonardandchurch.com for watches, Ninja Milk on Walmart.
Also, where else can they find you? Because they want to see music videos, Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Okay,
Type in
so-
Arden Cho, right?
Yes, all my music, Electrify and Good Goodbye, as well as the 3 new singles coming out and my old album, Might You're Happy. They're all on iTunes and all your streaming platforms. Please stream my music and watch my music videos on my YouTube channel.
Why
That's
just your music?
Arden Cho. What?
You should promote everything.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Because your other videos are
everything.
good too. I think you should do.
Thank
I was telling her, don't just be a music channel.
No, okay, I'm not trying to be just a music channel. It's just I'm really like
proud
enjoying
of it.
music right now. And also a lot of these original songs and the music videos, I've been investing so much time and money that I definitely want to see, I want people to watch it.
Yeah.
But it's also really hard to get views now because it's so oversaturated. And obviously, like, I wasn't posting as much for so many years.
Well, you got to
but-
build it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please watch my music videos and my other videos. They're on my channel, Arden Cho. And obviously you can follow me on Instagram, Arden_Cho.
Yep.
And yeah, check out Ninja Milk
Dope.
and the watches.
Yeah. I mean, you know how we end things here.
How do
Pretty
we end
much.
things?
You've done it. You've done this.
I know.
All right. Shall we?
Okay.
Oh, well, sorry. Before we even get there, follow us at Off the Pill Podcast on Instagram, at Off the Pill on Twitter. Leave us your questions for. I mean, we have the next. Oh, we have an exciting guest coming up
Ooh.
that I'm terrified of. We have Andrew Yang coming on, presidential candidate Andrew Yang. I am terrified. I've been doing so much
Why?
research. I don't know
You're gonna do
politics.
great.
I don't know politics. So, but the thing is, I told him that I don't know politics, and that's the reason why he wants to come on. Anyway, that's next week. Hopefully, if they approve it, I'm sure there's got to be some kind of approval. If not, see you next time. In 3, 2, 1. For real though, I'm like terrified of this.